Hello, welcome to Building with John. Today we're going to build in Notion and we're going to build a task manager and a document. I won't say manager, but a list for all your documents. And the reason why is because, look, we're managing a lot of projects and a lot of tasks. Like, for example, I build websites and funnels um, for businesses. And there's a lot of steps that have to get done in a certain order, and there's lots of details. I don't want to remember all those details in my head. So if you're struggling with brain fog or you're looking for a easy to use app that will organize all your notes for, and then we're going to customize it. We're going to do two things. One, to manage all your tasks so you can see everything you need to do on a nice little calendar, and you're like, yeah, I want to do this today, this we'll do on this day, and this will switch over to this day. So you could plan out your week and month here. You can see what tasks that you need to get done, and more importantly, it allows you to switch between tasks as quickly as possible and pick up exactly where you left off without having to remember stuff. Like, so for example, if I'm trying to build two funnels for one client and I can only spend like an hour a day building one each, like there's a lot of details. But look, I don't want to remember all those details. It's all here, all ordered, and I could come back in and see what's been done and what still has to be done, and then I could pick up exactly what's left off, and then I get little like notes of like little facts or notes so that I could quickly reference everything. So, and then I'm like, cool, done, finish that. Now I could switch over, go to the other clients, and then pick up exactly where I left off with them. I'm like, okay, what have I done? What do I need to get done? What are the details? What are the links? What's the difference between one location? So all of this is saved here, whether it's a to-do list, whether it's this is a PDF file, so we could view the original. So you could save. The reason why is also it's way better than like Google Notes or Google Docs, Apple Notes. It's because you could put pictures. This is a picture, so you could put pictures, PDF files. We were running a Google ad campaign, so here's all the keywords, and I could press one button and it will copy everything to my clipboard, which is really cool. But yeah, so you get pictures and pictures, so everything's here, not in my brain. But when I need to pick up this ticket or task, either today, tomorrow, next week, I could pick up and complete exactly what I need to get done. Because yeah, like I said, there's a lot of steps that goes into building a marketing funnel, all the way to go from click to sale. So we want to make sure, and then to be efficient. So that's why I like Notion, because none of the facts or things that I have to do are in my brain. And so the reason why we're going to build today basically is Notion doesn't have this out of the box. You kind of have to build it. And so that's why this is going to be a little quick tutorial on how to use Notion, but also how to use Notion to just have a task manager and a document manager so that you can save all your notes for, say, for example, working with the client, and then you can have all your documents and stuff saved there too. So instead of using like Google Docs and stuff like that, that's why I love Notion. It's very easy to put information in document, image, file, text, and then retrieve it when I need it. So we're going to start very simple. We're going to build 3 pages. So I like shortcuts. So you have 3 ways to add things. You can click on the plus symbol and type page, because everything is a page. I'm going to call this dashboard. Press, and then I'm going to leave this as an empty page because we want a dashboard. We want to make another, go back. We used a breadcrumb at the very top to jump back and forth between one page and the next page. So we're going to build 3 pages that we need. We also need another one. How did I do that? That's interesting. So if I hit the slash, you can see right there, slash for commands. Oh, nice. Because the real power of Notion is when you start using the keyboard shortcuts. So I'm going to type page. There's our page again. Great. Next one, this one's going to be tasks. Perfect. This one's going to be a table. And just a new database. We'll just start simple from scratch because we also want to learn how to use Notion. Then another one for page, because this one's going to be for documents. That way, everything that we want to save, I've been saving stuff in Notion for years, and so I know everything, no matter where it is. It's going to be in either the task or the document folder. So cool. So now we have a list for all our tasks to brain dump it in, and then we have a list for all our documents to brain dump everything in. And then we're going to just basically work off our dashboard where we get to view everything from like an executive level, like a manager. Cool. So I'm going to call this databases, whatever you want to call this. Basically, this is like the root where everything is kind of saved. You're always going to have one page where all your pages are saved. So let's start building. Let's start customizing our tasks, because the next thing we want to do is add columns. So how do you add columns? Because there's certain, think of a column as like a bucket of information that you want to store in Notion, so you don't have to store it in your brain. So there's a couple we're going to do. We definitely want status. We're going to click edit, and each one is a type. So we're going to say, we want a type, because we're going to change, like, and think of type as what is the exact and only format, or like what is the standard type of data that this only you want to accept. Is it just text? Is it numbers? Is it a drop down list? Ours is going to be a drop down list. So we're going to do status, and we got options. We're going to do in progress, press enter, and then we're going to do completed. Simple. And if it's not, doesn't have those tags, then it's someday. Super simple. So we got statuses. I want to add another one. Click the plus symbol, and we're going to go there's system ones. So these are all types that you can create, like give me a URL or a checkbox. But these are system ones, like show me last edit. We want, last modified, because we'll do some cool reporting based off that, like sorting. Now I don't want to see this, so actually we'll see it just for a little while. Cool. Now task status, and then I think we just need a due date and we're good. So date, cool, date, yep, date format, that's gonna be cool. Cool, so I think we have all the pieces of information that we need. Status, due date, and a last edit. Super simple, very simple. Now we get the cool icon. So click on icon, click on the icon, and I want this task. Actually, to do check. There we go, big green check. Awesome, looking good. So we have that. Now we have our tasks done. We built our database. Congratulations, you're a programmer. No, seriously, really. Now the next step, we're gonna do the same thing, customize the space for our documents. So we'll go into documents. Here, really want to click this, and we just want to either archive. So it's like, we're gonna check, it's gonna be a checkbox. Cool. And then we're gonna add a filter saying only show me records or fields, records where this is unchecked. So once you check it, it will hide. See how it hides? Hide. Very cool. Ooh. Because sometimes you want documents, and then sometimes you're like, yeah, I used it once and never want to see it again. Rather than delete, archive. Very cool, right? Nice. So we have a place for, and then let's also add a column. Again, that last edit time, because we'll be able to sort. So last modified. Because hey, we can automatically sort based on time difference. So we can sort. What column would you like to sort by? I want you to sort by last modified, and then do, is it ascending? Yep, ascending works. That way when we get another one, it sorts. Oh, do it this way, descending. There you go. So test 3 was the last one we just edited. But let's say I edit this one. See how now test 2 comes up? Because the date last modified, there we go, super small. The date last modified will constantly change every time you edit it. So basically now it automatically sorts based off the most recent ones that you've touched are most likely going to be at the top. That way you're not like sorting or like, oh, where is it? No, if you touched it recently, it's going to show up at the very top of the list, which is nice. Like test right here, test number 1. I just changed the name. See, now it jumps to the top. That's the sort feature. Congratulations. And then we have the archive that we could hide. And then we're like, oh, where are they? So we're going to rename our table. Rename. So we'll click rename. Call this active, or just active. Yeah, active. And then we're going to duplicate it. So if you click on a tab, we're going to go down to duplicate, and we're going to call this one archive. Rename. Got to go over here. Archive. Now our archive, we're going to add that filter, and we're going to do the opposite. Show me only ones that are checked. Yep. So there's all our archived, and then we have our active ones. So number 3 is active. We're using it for whatever reason, and then when we're done, we archive, and it shows in another list, but you never lose data. That way you could always pull it or use it or reference it in the future. Let's add our icon next. I like books for this one. Books, lots of books. Documents, very cool. Let's go back using our, I think these are called breadcrumbs. Cool, 2 out of 3. Now we have our tasks and we have our documents list. Just very simple list. Highly recommend, once you have your list here, go ahead and click the star and bookmark this page. So I'm going to bookmark this, edit, and I'm going to call this task demo. So now anywhere I'm on the web, I could type task demo and instantly go right back to that and see all of my tasks that I need to get done. Wonderful. We're going to do the same with documents. Click the little star, give it a good name. I'm going to call mine documents demo. Click done. So now demo, I'm using Alfred, by the way, only on Mac. I call it teleporting. So now task demo, and then documents demo, there it is. Takes us right to that page. Great. So because we don't want to, it defeats the purpose if you have to like use your mouse to kind of like navigate around. It helps if you just bookmark. So we're back. We're almost done. Now we get to build out our dashboard, because this is where all our activity is going to be, is in the dashboard. Hey, but we need some links. So I'm going to hold command and click on each of these so they open it up in the tab, and then copy the URL, go to your, so I'm going to task, copying the URL, going to my dashboard page, right? And I'm going to paste that URL, and then the option here says, hey, I'm going to create a linked view of that. Nice. First thing I want is, yeah, a list. That's all. Source shows tasks, and there we go. So task 1, and we can see task 1. Yep, that is matching. So it's linked. Great. So now we have a link of our task, but I want that plus a calendar. So same list, click on the little, I call them dominoes, and click duplicate. It's going to duplicate this list, but let's see if I remember. So I think we can click on the tab, click edit view, and change the view, nice, to a calendar. Nice. Now we got a calendar and a list. Nice. I'm going to put my calendar above. I'm going to click and drag above by holding the little domino. That's cool. Actually, we want it side by side. So I'm going to click, drag, and see. Okay, we need to do it side by side. The way to do side by side, go to dashboard, click at the end of dashboard, click enter, enter, enter. Now you got 2 spaces, space, right? Space 1, space 2, space 1, space 2, right? Click on the domino, go to the side, and you see a tiny little line. Let go. Now you got space 1 space 2. Then click the domino for the calendar, drag, and see how it goes line, short little line, go little line. Nice. Then we want our list. Zoom out, grab the domino, drag it, next. Great. Now, if we go to the top 3, things are a little squished, right? Top 3 dots, top right corner, click on that. Then go down, let's see, full width, click on that toggle. Perfect. Now, we could breathe, let out that belt like a Thanksgiving dinner. Perfect. Let's add our icon. Boom, boom. Let's do 100. Perfect. So, we're missing one more thing. Let's add our documents. So, this is our list for our documents. Grab the URL, copy, enter, paste. And when it says paste, it gives us an option. We want to create a linked view so whatever is on one side will show up on the other side. Great. Instead of a table, I want a list. Nice. That's going to be great. I want to sort. Unchecked. Yep. Modified. Check. Cool. So it's just going to show up there. Great. And then let's do status in progress. Great. And now let's add a filter because I only want to see tasks. Actually, yeah, let's do as long as it's not. So status. Status is not completed. Perfect. Because then once it's completed, bloop, disappears. Perfect. So in progress. Now, cool thing, date. You can either, well, one, let's hide this column. So click on it. We're going to hide view. I got the date. I like it. Got the status. I like it. It's a little squish for the view, so we're going to change the view. So clicking on table, edit view. Nice. Instead of table, let's change it to a list. Oh, that looks a lot cleaner. Nice. That looks good. Perfect. Cool. So we have these two in progress and in progress. Nice. We could name these task 2, task 3. But here's the cool thing. Oops. Let's go back to my dashboard. Great. So we have 3 nice tasks. We have a nice calendar. We're going to say we can't get to everything today, but I'm going to click and drag. So there's task 1, task 2, task 3. I would like to see the due date here, so I'm going to go 3 dots. Actually, I could go through here. Click on the tab, edit view, click on properties, and we want to show the date. So we'll click on the eye, and then we'll see the date. So that's all we need there. So now we see the date. We see in progress. Nice. That's looking good. Then let's see. Documents. And my documents are just there. Simple. So if I want to now take a document. Okay, so now actually how do we use it? So definitely want to bookmark your dashboard. So star, edit. And then we're going to call this, yeah, I like to call mine today. So today. That way I'm like, I just literally type today in Notion or in Alfred, and it takes me to this dashboard. So I can see, what do I need to do today, this week, next week? And you could drag things. Oh, I don't need to do that today. I do it on the 30th. So it makes it very easy to move stuff around. And so now, say task 1, I could click on it. And then now you could get, so very simple. This is why it makes it very simple. You write the name of the goal you have to do. Let's put this in the center. There we go. Say I have to build for a client. I have to build an ad funnel. So I'm going to group it together right now before I even do work. I'm going to brain dump. So this is my way. Okay, we're also changing segues here, but this is how I create tasks to brain dump everything so that this page or note has everything I need to complete the task, and I never have to like hunt for information or worry about where things are. This is the process to document a task that I use. Great. So first thing is I'm just going to type the goal of what I need to do. So build funnel in lead pages. That's like the goal. Great. Press enter. Now remember, because we like keyboard shortcuts, you could slash and type, I think it's checkbox or to do. Yeah, to do, check. We could do to do. Yeah, to do. Does the same thing. Do a little check mark, because then I'm like, okay, build website, press enter, build landing page, build thank you page. Because I may have an hour one day to just get the website built. Great, let me check that done. And then I may come a day or two later to come back and build the landing page. But at least I could pick up this ticket and know exactly what's the goal, what needs to get done, and what has been completed. But then I'm like, okay, the next thing to put in between, I'd like to do a little bullet. How do I do that? Press enter, asterisk, and space, and you get the bullet. You could also slash, type bullet. Any way you use keyboard shortcuts, that's where you really unlock the superpower of Notion, using keyboard shortcuts. So what I like to do between the goal and the tasks that need to be completed, these are facts. These are main website is, I'm gonna use my website, buildersclub.com/ some special URL. Now, this special URL is not saved in my brain. Isn't that nice? And then I'm like, let's say I think I have something like a document. Let's say I definitely threw a PDF down here. So say I have a PDF. I'm going to just click and drag that right here. So it's uploading a PDF. Now that PDF, when I'm like, oh, where's that file for this project that I have to finish for the landing page? Inches away. Inches. Not in the file, not in the drawer, not printed out, not under a bunch of stack. It's right here. So when you click on it, you're like, great, I see everything I need done. Oh, and here's the new website. Great. So that's where you're like, facts, files, or resources to help you accomplish the goal. And then the steps, step 1 to step done, whatever the final step is. Because you also have to know when is done. Like, when is this task done that you can officially close it and move on and jump to the next task. But that's not all. I also have to do the automation, and then I have to build the CRM as other projects. And then I'm like, yeah, automation, remember? We're going to add our check, and then we're going to do build Zapier automation, build, then we're always going to test and then deploy. So always test your automation. And then the CRM, you're like, got to create account, add users, create lists, add automation, add custom fields. I'm brain dumping everything. And I'm like, no, I need to move this up right there, and I need to move this at the very bottom. Yep, cool. And you know what? This automation, I'm going to highlight, then drag this at the very bottom. That needs to happen after. So that's the great thing about there, is that this whole project is now right here, all organized. And then things may change. Halfway through, you're like, oh, shoot, I forgot we got to do the email campaign. Okay, let's do the email campaign. We got to build the list, add the emails, send the sequence, and then tag in CRM. We're like, okay, cool. So it allows you to be very flexible with it, which is really, really cool. Let's see. So, and then at a due date. So now when I go back to my dashboard, we're building a client for one. And look, there's all the things that we need to get done right here, saved in Notion and not in my brain. And then if you have like documents and stuff, you could store them in here that you want to save or something like that. So let's review. What did we do? We created 3 pages, two lists, one for tasks. I know they're so small. One for tasks, one for documents, and a dashboard to reference everything in one place. So our dashboard is built and it has our list in two views. We have a calendar view where we can update the dates, and the dates will update automatically. We have two lists that we're managing everything in our life. Remember, we're trying to accomplish 10,000 things and projects and stuff. So everything's in here and then it's saved. You could walk away and pick up exactly where you left off. You could close your laptop on Friday and pick it up on Monday. Then you have all your documents, all your important files, and everything is right here. Remember, inches away, all right here, not in multiple apps and multiple things and try and scatter it everywhere. So that's why I like Notion. So that was a tutorial on how to use Notion to organize your entire life so you get a nice little dashboard. So whether you're a student, business owner, freelancer, and you want to organize lots of projects and trying to do multiple things at the same time, that's why I like Notion, is to organize your life so that none of this is in my brain and all of it is here and I can do more. Move mountains with less effort, as they say. So I just renamed this called the Productivity app. And if you're interested in just downloading the template for the Productivity app, there'll be a link to buy the template so that you could just press one button and instantly have this amazing dashboard list, everything built out to start using immediately to organize your entire life, both work and life. So yeah, there's a link in the bio if you'd like to get the template. Thank you.